And we are back, YouTube. For anyone's returning, thank you. And for everyone who's new, welcome. I'm Mitch, and this is Retro Rummage. Aiming the game, my channel is buying games, DVDs, Blu-rays, any electrical items I get my hands on at car boot sales, Facebook Marketplace, or charity shops for a cheap price. So I'm getting traded in at CEX at a high price so I can build my own gaming collection. So yes, just a quick video today, but I wanted to go over my most epic of epic charity shop find. All of these games here I got today out of my local charity shop. I normally pop down to CEX on the weekend. Obviously, I've always got stuff to be trading in, and I like to split it up. I go to a couple, normally Basildon and Grey CEX. They're my two closest. Um, and yeah, to be honest, I always check the charity shops when I go. Obviously, you know how it goes. You go to CEX, obviously with electricals and that. You'll take, you know, a calculator in there, and you'll say how long to test it, and they'll say an hour. It's always an hour, no matter what you take in there. It's an hour to test it. But you know, I go around, I check all the charity shops. I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've had anything worth value picking up, maybe 3 or 4 times, if that. And this one just blows it all out of the water. Um, yeah, crazy how much I paid, and obviously how much this is all worth. And to be fair, most of the games are for my collection. There's a couple that I'll trade in, and maybe one or two that I'll look to sell because they're worth that. They're worth selling basically, and there's a reason that I want to sell them, and I'll go over that shortly. But basically, popped into it's a St Luke's Hospice near where I St Luke's Hospice in Grays, where I normally trade my stuff in. Um, Basically, I was in there, looked in the racks or in the shelves, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, your normal stuff, FIFA's, PS2 SingStar, you know, Nintendo Brain Training on the DS. All of those normal charity shop games were in there. Nothing I've ever seen in, nothing that I hadn't seen in there before. As I was about to leave, there was a guy who I hadn't seen in there before, a younger guy, um, and he was speaking to one of his colleagues, and he said, "Oh yeah, I've just priced up these box sets, and then I'll do it." And I said, "Oh, is it all right if I have a look at them box sets, please, mate?" And he said, "Yeah, no worries." So I started going through them. Nothing there worth too much value. There was a Prison Break one, but they priced it up at £10. So you know, I think you could trade it in for maybe £12, something like that, which is completely fair enough. Now, I have asked before in this shop, have you got anything out the back? And you know, it's normally women that are maybe a little bit older than would normally know what games are and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm being ageist, misogynist. I don't know. But every time I've asked, they've always said no, or maybe they just they just weren't interested in going and get them. But basically, asked this young guy, and he said, "Yeah, mate, we've got loads." Straight away, I was like, "Well, oh, I might be onto a winner here." Um, they didn't have them out the back. They had them in a cupboard underneath the counter. He's opened the cupboard and he's gone, what consoles are you looking for? So straight away I'm thinking, God, well, what you got down there? Like, he's got loads of all different consoles. So I just said to him, I collect for everything, mate. Anything from, all the way Mega Drive, NES, all the way up to PlayStation 5, whatever you've got, mate. So literally he pulled out these 4 or 5, no, sorry, I'm lying, 2 or 3 stacks of games about that high. And the longer that I looked at the stacks, the better it got. Straight away, my eye went to the GameCube games. I'll put a photo up now of me in the charity shop with obviously there was a stack of the games that I picked out, some of them behind the counter. Didn't manage to film it. Obviously, this was just like off the cuff. If they was on the shelf when I went in there, I probably would have, whipped out my camera. But obviously, where I'm standing there talking to the guy, didn't really have time to, get my phone out and start recording. But yeah, basically, the longer I looked at um, the stacks, the better they got. And then there was one game where my heart started racing because the PlayStation 2 version of it is worth over £250. So I was like, oh my God. My missus was there with me, and even she said, like, she could tell I was trying to hide my excitement. Now, in hindsight, there would probably been more games that I would have grabbed if I knew how much he was going to charge. I thought he was going to charge £2 per game. I picked out 10 games, which you can see here, and he charged me £5. I mean, I'll try and block out my face. I don't know if you can see that there because the receipt is a little bit faded. But yeah, 50p a game. So I may look to go back and grab a couple of the others because there was some other games there where they were like £1.50 trading and stuff like that. So obviously not the best, but still worthwhile collecting. Or sorry, grabbing for trade. So first game that I've got for my collection in the PlayStation 2 is Underworld: The Eternal War. Now all of these games as well are in brilliant condition. I mean, I don't know if you can see there, but the case does not even the manual doesn't even look like it's had a page turned on it. That's not an expensive game, to be honest. That's about £3 or £4 in CX. I think it chops in for maybe 80p, something like that, but that will be going into my collection. And then I've got these two other games here which are just for trade at CEX. I thought this one was worth a little bit more. WarioWare Smooth Moves. That one only chops in for £1.60 as well. And then I've got Batman Arkham Knight on the PlayStation 4. That chops in for £4. So then, yes, on to the good ones. So obviously these are all GameCube games. So starting from, I believe, the most or the cheapest, we've got Burnout. Again, in brilliant condition. I think that's maybe a £6 or £8 game in CEX. Star Wars Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 2. Again, complete in brilliant condition. I think that's maybe a £6 or £8 or even £10 game in CEX. Got Super Monkey Ball. Again, complete in great condition. I think that's a £15 game in CEX. Turok Evolution. I think that's maybe a £10 or a £12 game in CEX. But I mean, I hope you can see there that the quality of these manuals, I'm probably the first person that's ever turned that page there. They're in such good condition. And then, yes, the absolute best game on the GameCube, Super Smash Bros. Melee, complete in brilliant condition. That's a £35 game in CX if you want to buy that. And I paid 50p for it. So yeah, really, really happy to be adding all of those ones into my collection. Over the moon with that. And it just goes to show, like I was saying, don't be afraid to ask if they've got games behind the counters, because I think the guy said to me, it was like, oh, to be honest, these have been down here for ages. We didn't think anyone wanted them because they're so old. So I know a lot of people comment on other people's videos. They've done it on mine as well, where they get the hump with people going into charity shops and buying games to either flip or sell or whatever. Obviously, most of these I am keeping. There are two here that I'm going to sell, but if I didn't ask, these would have just been in that cupboard forever. It's not like, you would have been taking these games off of, a kid or someone like that, because they just wouldn't have put them out, which blows my mind. And it just goes to show you the state of charity shops at the moment, that, they've got so many donations. They're knocking donations back. There's stock that they're not putting on the shelves because they don't think it should be going on there. It's charity shops definitely need an overhaul in operations and management and stuff like that. But yes, on to these two games that I will probably look to sell on eBay. First one, Pokemon Battle Revolution, complete, all of the manuals in there in brilliant condition. Like I was saying, I mean, the discs do not even look like they've been used. Don't know if you can see there. This is an £18 game in CEX, but in this condition, I've seen these go for like £20 on eBay, something like that. So I'll probably look to sell this on eBay, or hit me up if you want a copy of this. I'll be uploading this video pretty quickly. I'll leave it a couple of days before I put it on eBay. If you want a copy of this, we'll work out a deal. And then, yes, like I was saying, I've got this game already on the PlayStation 2. It cost me over £250 in CEX vouchers, and that is Silent Hill Shattered Memories on the Wii. Complete and in brilliant condition. Now, if you wanted to buy this out of CEX, it's a £45 game. But in this condition, with the manuals and everything, fully complete, I've seen these go for 50, 55, sometimes even £60 on eBay. So again, I will look to sell that on eBay, as I've got this game already, and put that money towards me getting a game that I want for my collection out of CEX. So, yes, I'm flipping this for a profit. but I'm going to be putting it back into my collection. You know, I'm not just pocketing that money. It's not something that, you know, I do. I don't flip for money, if that makes sense. I do it to build my collection. But yeah, could not believe it when they pulled this guy. I saw that game in the pile, my heart started racing because, like I said, I knew it was expensive on the PS2, but I wasn't sure exactly how much it was on the Wii. I thought it maybe could have been £100, but still 50p, hopefully into like 50, 55, maybe even £60. Again, if you want this, hit me up on Instagram, and maybe we'll work out a deal. Obviously, if I sell it outside of eBay, I haven't got to pay fees and stuff like that. So let me know. But yeah, I think all of those games there, if I wanted to buy them out of CEX, it would be £138. And I paid £5, as you can see there. So yeah, over the moon. Cannot believe it. I doubt I'll ever pick anything up better than this. But I'll keep going and I'll keep looking, and fingers crossed for the future, I will, you know, get more pickups like this. But I'm not holding my breath. I've blown my load with this lot. But yeah, really, really happy. Thought I'd just do a quick video to share all of that with you. Yeah, let me know if you've had any better pickups in charity shops. I mean, to be honest, I was laughing to myself before I was making this video because I've been watching Beerad quite a lot lately. Yeah, shout out to Beerad. Go and check out his channel if you haven't already. But you know, he's been killing it at charity shops lately, and I've always been commenting saying, "Mate, I need to get, you know, round your way." Charity shops around where I live are absolutely dead. There's never anything. But yeah, it just goes to show you consistency, and always ask. Always ask, have you got any games out the back? Because you may come up top chumps one day. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.